What'd you say?
Nothing.
Mm.
Bring it up some. Right.
Welcome to another reaction video. My lips are chapped.
Oh,
Ashy.
Y'all killing me.
We are reacting to Death Battle. This is going to be our first Death Battle. I do not know how to edit. So, I'm sorry, you're going to have to sit through everything. Just skip it if you want to skip it. So, it's Weiss from RWBY. I'm a big fan of RWBY. He's not, because he thinks it's cuckoo.
Who know what that is?
How do you not know what that is?
Persona.
And some person from Persona, I don't know who she is.
Hey, you even put some respect on my character now.
Okay, respect given. I just don't know who she is.
Alright, now. Read the name. What does it say?
Mitsuru.
Now put some respect on the name. If I slap you.
Bro, you know I can't read.
That's just unfortunate. You need to take these damn spectacles.
I need new glasses, people.
Yes,
and yes, I am aware that my arms are out. It is hot. So if you can't stand the sight of a fat guy's arms, get a life, because you clearly pay attention too much to other people's arms. So you need to pay attention to your goddamn self.
You crazy as all hell. I gotta get this video going.
By the way, we are in a quiet environment, so I apologize if it's low. Probably should skip that part. God damn it. Damn, I really should skip some parts.
No.
They're as cold as ice. They're willing to sacrifice.
Today, we're pitting together two queens of ice born into powerful, if troubled, families.
Weiss Schnee, heiress to the Schnee Dust Company and member of the Huntress Team RWBY.
And Mitsuru Kirijo, heiress to the Kirijo Group and member of the persona-wielding C's.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I know neither of who these two characters
The world of Remnant is known for many things. The vicious creatures called Grimm, the hunters and huntresses committed to fighting them, and the Schnee family.
You need to pay attention
Yeah, they're
to this.
kind of like royalty, and their princess is Weiss Schnee. As the heiress to the family
sure
company,
with her?
she grew up in a pretty cold home. Pun intended.
The Schnee family expected a lot from Weiss. It was considered essential that she live up to their highly influential name.
Too bad for them, she had her own plans.
Rejecting her father's wishes to remain at home, Weiss left to attend Beacon Academy and train to become a huntress, literally putting the W in Team RWBY. Within just a year, Weiss established her own name for herself, saving the kingdom on more than one occasion, and doing so with the trusty blade, Myrtanaster.
I'm looking at the video.
Merc Nasty here is a multi-action rapier with a 3-foot-long blade. But guess what? It's also a gun. Instead of a plain old crossguard, it's got a 6-slot revolver-style chamber that Weiss fills with bullets colored like the rainbow.
Well, they're not exactly bullets. They are vials of dust, which she can fire to enhance her weapon and skills. Ironically, the Schnee Dust Company is by far one of the largest producers and exporters of dust.
Wait. They sell dust? I got a ton of that shit covering the bookshelf in my trailer. I could sell it and finally have enough money to buy a second bookshelf. Just farm, here I come.
No, not that kind of dust. In the world of Remnant, dust is an energy source, often used to fuel vehicles, androids, and weapons. Wait, you have books?
When did I say anything about books?
Well, long story short, there are 4 main types of dust: air, lightning, fire, and water.
And Weiss likes to mix water and air together for her favorite, ice dust.
And that is why they call you the Ice Queen.
She can also attack with fire, launch a windstorm, block attacks with barriers, and many other techniques. Needless to say, Myrtanaster is a surprisingly versatile weapon.
She also uses dust to boost her semblance, which is basically her X-Men superpower. Weiss gets hers from her family line and can do a bunch of stuff with it.
She can make glyphs on surfaces or in the air, each with a different color denoting its ability. Black glyphs hold things in place, while white ones propel things forward. Also, by infusing glyphs with dust, she can manipulate their effects. For example, a touch of lightning dust lets her dilate time, dramatically increasing her speed.
Or even better, she can use the glyphs to summon monsters to aid her in battle, Beastmaster style. Like this crazy boar, a giant killer wasp, and the Armagigas.
Which literally translates to giant armor in Latin, so fitting.
Damn, just imagine how great her family could be if they all didn't hate each other. Unlimited
So,
dust,
you never
giant
saw the
bodyguards who would
RWBY
summon
either.
anytime, and they'd never be stuck with war
Not
fear.
even with our
Unfortunately, the
twin
Schnee
friends.
family does suffer from some rocky
Oh.
relationships,
Oh, I
with
watched
the
that
exception of
Weiss.
Weiss and her older sister, Winter.
Wait, go back. Is her dad
Yeah,
Colonel
after-
Sanders?
I guess
After.
there's
CKF Schnee? No wonder they're so rich.
Where did you get that chicken?
What? You don't carry pocket chicken?
So, back on topic, Weiss has a
They have a
very
fighting
powerful
game?
and versatile ability, and like most
Yeah.
semblances, it's powered by her aura.
This looks
Which
like
is like an invisible shield around her body. She's basically unkillable while it's up.
Though the aura itself isn't indestructible, it can be depleted after taking a lot of damage and needs time to restore itself. Without it, she cannot use her semblance, and she's much more vulnerable.
But that aura is pretty friggin' tough. It was just enough to take a full-on hit from a geyser of lava.
Lava can reach temperatures up to 1200 degrees Celsius, enough to melt iron. And during a food fight of all things, she was thrown into a pillar so hard it was obliterated.
Hey, Wiz, I've been in a few food fights in my time, and that shit gets intense. And that one's tame by comparison.
But
Back in
greatest
season
of all,
one.
with a combination of
And it
ice
was
and her
crazy.
aura, she survived riding atop a speeding train crashing through concrete.
That show's got me
By measuring the
dark
diameter of the
over the
resulting
years.
hole and applying the
you
values of
might actually
fragmentation,
wanna watch it.
this means Weiss
Okay,
survived
wow.
an impact equal to over 7 tons of TNT.
But it's not just Weiss that's tough. Her glyphs are strong enough to catapult the Armagigas. And with her ice powers, she's knocked around a giant mech built for fighting Godzilla-sized Grim.
Compared to the height of her teammate nearby, it appears she created over 2,000 metric tons of ice. Obviously, that much ice doesn't fit into 2 vials of dust. She's likely using the ocean as a base to exert fusion energy and vaporization energy on the nitrogen in the air, thereby freezing it like
They
so.
lose me
At
with the
most,
science
this
stuff.
would
I don't know
require
what
over
y'all-
900 billion joules of energy, equivalent to detonating around
I can see things blow up.
230 tons of TNT.
to see people
Wow,
get beat up.
no wonder she could push that big old robot around. Plus, Weiss can also
Pretty
move
sure he's-
super
he's
quick,
waiting on his
dodging
Persona
missiles and
person.
even hitting bullets out of the air.
And with time dilation, she
What's
can
your name,
stay nearly
Mitsuru or something?
untouchable while taking out her opponents in the blink
Oh,
of an
yeah.
eye.
I don't
Like
see
that
you
old
starting
saying,
to slap
float
him.
like an inner tube on a
Damn.
lazy river
We're
and
on
sting
camera.
like your pee in the morning.
Kind
Please
of
go
got
to
that
a
way on
doctor.
tape.
Throughout her journey, Weiss
He
has
knows
overcome all
once the
sorts of
camera
dangers,
turns off.
but her most difficult task may
Lights.
have been the moment her father cut her
He
out.
literally showed
leaving
my
her financially
coworker
broke and dismissed
the video
from her
where I
work.
slapped his hand away.
Ah, boo-hoo, no more allowance. Still, she's
My
powered
YouTube
through
career
and made
is
a name for
finally
herself
good.
as a huntress. With the RWBY team at her back, I think she's found the family she truly belongs to.
Where are you going? You know there's one behind me, right?
I'm more than a name.
Quiet.
You're moving our camera, man.
In the early 2000s, you'd be hard-pressed
Oh,
to
you
find
see
someone
that.
in Japan who didn't know of the Kirijo Group, a global conglomerate involved in nearly every aspect of daily life. And the heiress to this impressive company was a young girl named Mitsuru Kirijo.
But unknown to her, the family company was into some pretty sketchy stuff. Her grandpa started experimenting with some sort of mental world called the Mind Place.
Or more officially, the collective unconscious, a realm connected to every living being's subconscious mind.
Nice joke.
And within the collective unconscious dwells shadows, fragments of human psyche which often appear as malevolent
This is
monsters.
Persona 5,
basically
son.
demons.
This is
However, there's
3.
another sort more directly integrated with the minds of individual people,
I couldn't
effectively
swear to say
becoming their
Persona
shadow
5.
selves.
So some of
For
them
the
are
record, I
demons
don't
who
play
want to
Persona.
kill
The only
you,
Joker
and
I
some
know
of
is
them are
it's a
demons who
white
are
faced
part of
dude
your
with
brain.
Close enough.
green hair.
Well, Gramps tried to get
That's
the
a
shadows for
white-faced dude,
himself.
that's a
But as
wall.
anyone who's tried to summon demons will tell you, don't do that. Trust me, it never works out. And when it does, it doesn't.
Chaos Incarnate erupted.
These are
The resulting
spoilers.
explosion from his experiment released the shadows
was
into
gonna play it
reality
on
to
my
prey on an
emulator.
unsuspecting populace, and unveiled
Good
the
luck with that.
Tartarus, a citadel between
Yeah,
worlds.
it crashed every
The
time I
Earth
tried
was
to open it.
drastically changed with a new dark hour, an extra hour of time occurring at midnight.
Most folks didn't notice, though. The world basically freezes in time during the dark hour, including people. So nobody's got to pick up a new 25-hour clock, because when the hour runs up, everything continues like nothing happened. It's like getting an extra hour of secret sleep.
But some people are able to operate during this hour, including Mitsuru, which she decided to take full advantage of.
Yeah, she felt pretty guilty about her family basically ruining everything and sending hundreds of murder monsters into the world. So she swore to fix her grandpappy's mess.
And while she's certainly skilled with a rapier thanks to her time in fencing club, a single sword would never be enough to combat the hordes of shadows. Luckily, her first experience with the Dark Hour helped her out in this regard.
That's one way to put it. She and her dad were almost murdered by spooky shadows.
But this event also led to an awakening. With the threat of death itself mere seconds away, Mitsuru dug deep within and found a new weapon, her shadow self.
And that's how she became a person user.
Persona user.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Thanks to this fateful night, Mitsuru can summon a manifestation of her personality known as a persona. This was Penthesilea, who would eventually evolve into her ultimate form, Artemisia.
Artie is the best non-imaginary friend you could ask for. She's got all sorts of powerful ice spells. She can heal Mitsuru's wounds. She can drain someone's energy and add it to Mitsuru's own. And she can blow people up with mega deal. It's a big purple kaboom that ignores special defenses. Anyway, and to top it all off, she's got a kinky ice whip.
While Artemisia cannot really be killed, she does have her limits.
I mean,
When a
that's what you're
persona is
into, man.
overtaxed or takes too much damage, it
This is what
becomes
you're into.
broken and unusable for a short time.
And since Artemisia is technically part of Mitsuru's mind, when the persona gets hurt, so does she.
But this connection also grants Mitsuru her own set of special powers. She's physically superior to most others. She can also sense the locations of people and layouts of buildings through analytical clairvoyance. She's also immune to ice and the cold, so I'm not really sure why she needs that giant fur coat.
Everyone needs a good fur coat, Wiz. Come on.
I guess. It is a pretty nice coat. Anyway, Mitsuru wasn't going into battle alone. She gathered a team of Persona users to form the Specialized Extracurricular Execution Squad, or SEAS, which is much easier to say. The team set out to explore Tartarus, combat the shadows, and put an end to the Dark Hour, while also scoring some extra credit because it was technically an after-school club.
Japanese schools are way more hardcore than ours.
And with a team at her back, Mitsuru needed a tool to reliably summon personas with. And so came the Evoker, which might be a little disturbing to some people, so fair warning.
Yeah, it looks just like a gun, and that's kind of the point. The idea is to use the gun to create an extremely traumatic experience similar to how Mitsuru first evoked her own persona.
Specifically, this is accomplished by aiming the thing at your face.
Yeah, and shooting yourself in the
Yeah,
head.
that's definitely not how guns are supposed to work.
Questionable
Yeah, I
concepts
remember
aside,
seeing it on
Mitsuru
the
and her
whole
persona are an
game
absolute
magazine,
terror
person
on the
shooting
battlefield.
themselves in the head.
Oh, God! Did she just cut off that thing's dick?
Yes, she did, Boomstick, and it was a goddamn cannon.
Oh, the horror, but also cannon dick.
Mitsuru is quick enough to dodge gunfire. Heck, another Persona user is even fast enough to outrun a bullet fired by a Magnum.
Those usually have a muzzle velocity of over 360 meters per second.
And Personas can move even faster. Naotos could react to and catch an arrow in milliseconds, and Mitsuru has defeated her in battle.
But hey, how about that time Mitsuru and her whole team survived an explosion that totally wrecked this whole bridge? Now, in my humble opinion, using my very own handcrafted munitions measurement chart, I'd say this blast falls somewhere in the range of, oh shit, we're dead.
Interesting, but let's use some real science now.
This is real science. I tested explosions and their real effects on real people just like you would. I'm a real scientist now.
But that's... Wait, real people? Boomstick, where are the interns?
Hey, look, I got you that coat that you wanted.
Ooh, thank you. Oh, it's so soft.
So are the interns. But hey, Wiz, there's one more math thing you gotta do. By working with another Persona user, Yukari, Mitsuru helped freeze up this giant, creepy puppet monster.
Well, again, taking nitrogen into account as it comprises 70% of air's makeup, we can apply its required fusion energy and vaporization energy. To find this feat would need an energy output equal to 60 kilotons of TNT.
I don't understand
So this
whole
can't
shooting.
all be attributed
I
to Mitsuru
understand,
as
but
she
why?
did.
Didn't they think of
That's
something
still a hell
else?
of a lot of ice.
Think
Mitsuru
of shooting
and
yourself in
Artemisia
the
sure
head.
make a powerful pair.
And even after
I regret
successfully
making this
ending the
video.
Dark
I
Hour
just-
and redeeming her
that's
family name,
disturbing.
I
Mitsuru
love it.
continued battling for people
You need
everywhere,
help.
one shadow at a time.
This appears to be just the beginning.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, I'm all out of pocket chicken, so let's get something better with Blue
I know
Apron.
the drill.
By now, you've probably heard of
Go
Blue
away,
Apron,
stop.
the leading meal kit
Go
delivery
away, go
service
away,
in the
go away,
U.S.
go away.
Choose your meals each
Mitsuru sounds
Oops,
pretty
we went too far. I'm so sorry, people.
Blue Apron, a better way to
I'm
cook.
disoriented
But right
from the
now,
fact that you have to
it's
shoot
time
yourself
for
in the
a
head
death battle!
to win a fight. That's the most disturbing thing ever. Oh, so I.
Bro, you just get right into it.
Oh, story?
Such good form. You fight with a sense of ease. Thank you, but flattery will get you nowhere.
Where they say something about her lips. Forgot what those did.
Should have been paying attention. White propels, black holds still.
Fighting in ice. Ironic. And a waste of time. Artemisia!
Oh, already? I thought she was a shoot herself.
Can't touch me, Ice Queen! Huh. So that's what it's like.
Where did that come from?
She made it. Ooh. Here it comes. Go, Artemisia.
As annoying as this was, I have to admit, you fought valiantly. But now, you'll fall by my own hand! I can do this on my own. Artemisia! No mercy!
Girl.
How strong are you?
No more talking these than
Oh.
usual.
Strong enough.
I thought that Artemisia comes out after she shoots herself.
Oh, Weiss Schnee.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Goodbye.
Okay.
She's not dead. KO.
Well,
Well, Wiz, glad we got these
Weiss.
coats, because that was cool.
Stop it!
Weiss was incredibly skilled. Her versatility certainly proved a challenge for Mitsuru, and she held a decent advantage in speed thanks to time dilation. Though to be fair, Mitsuru's analytical clairvoyance meant it would have been pretty difficult for Weiss to get the jump on her. Plus, Naota's persona had to move around Mach 7 to catch that arrow in such a short amount of time, so Artemisia must be capable of similar speeds.
Yeah, but slowing down time seems like an instant win move, doesn't it?
In some ways, yes, but we look for who can win the most matches overall, not just a couple times out of 1,000 possibilities thanks to one good move.
Yeah, even though Weiss had plenty of attack options, Mitsuru's defenses were just too strong. Like how she completely canceled Weiss's ice attacks.
This presented a unique problem for Weiss, who has always been fairly reliant on ice techniques. She was forced to use dust, which she has less experience with.
Plus, Weiss and her summons have never dealt damage anywhere close to that "oh shit, we're dead" explosion that Mitsuru survived. By taking the diameter of the blast here and comparing it to real-life nukes, then considering how far Mitsuru was from the center of it, she took a hit worth over 21 tons of TNT. Definitely higher than Weiss's 7-ton train feat.
Frankly, Mitsuru's survivability and power output outclassed Weiss. Even if we cut her major ice feat in half since she was aided by Yukari, Mitsuru still output 130 times more energy than Weiss when she attacked that mech.
But numbers aren't everything, right?
Sure, there's always a new way to look at things. For instance, Weiss's arsenal was limited by her aura and dust supply, while Mitsuru had no such constraint on her own powers.
It takes a long time to restore aura, and remember, when a persona gets broken, it can just come back a few seconds later.
Which was extremely useful, as Artemisia could heal Mitsuru at any time, undoing whatever progress Weiss had made.
Oh man, what an ice-cold move!
While Weiss's speed and versatility put up a good fight, Mitsuru's greater defense, raw power, and more reliable arsenal proved too much for the Hunters.
She had no chance.
The winner is Mitsuru Kirijo.
Wait.
Hey, thanks for watching Death Battle. Don't go away just yet. We're about to announce the next fight. And if you haven't seen the latest episode of our podcast, the Death Battle Cast,
I'm going
right there.
It's very nice time. Johnny Cage and
Captain Falcon. No, thank you. I think Cage will win. I think Cage will win. That fight wasn't too bad. I love it. I love it.
They talked a bit more than other people would.
Which one? That fight?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably. Because they weren't really trying. I guess they weren't really trying to kill each other. But I mean, I'm pretty good.
I mean, I don't know much about the other character. I don't know that character at all. So, to each their own. And the numbers don't lie, I suppose. Well, who knows about their math?
Yeah.
I don't know their math, so.
Yeah. My girl Mitsuru won. Persona all day.
You just heard your. Don't do that!
That's what they do.
That's not, okay. That right there is just very disturbing to me. I'm not going to disclose where I live, but there's a lot of shootings here. So there's a little bit of. Do I want to say sensitivity? I don't want to say sensitivity. Look, it's disturbing. I'm going to cut it at that.
That's fair. Fair enough. Just don't watch the anime then.
And be like, oh my god, we're about to die. Let me shoot myself in the head. Oh, you're going to end your own life so you won't feel the pain? I was like, oh no, I'm going to save our lives by shooting myself in the head.
You do realize there are no bullets in that gun, right? There are no bullets in the gun. It's just to create a traumatic experience so you can use your power. It's literally like shooting yourself with a gun with no bullet. How is that harming you?
If you know it's empty, how is that a traumatic experience?
Plot holes in a bunch of anime.
So, this is why I stick to Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon.
Yeah, you have fun with those. I like all my other anime.
For the love of God, will it kill you to get off your phone?
I wasn't on my phone. I was checking something.
Which was
Metal Gear. Okay.
Like, share, subscribe.
and comment. See ya.
And if you're focused on my arms, get a life.
That too. Goodbye.